What's going on, Forge Nation? I am in Huntington Beach, California with our boy Sam from Overland Ruff Rax, and we originally met up in Big Bear OLAF Event.
Yep.
I took a look at your Chevy Silverado, ridiculous overlanding setup, and you have some really cool racks and fully integrated systems. And so now we have Kronos, our Jeep Gladiator. We are back in the Jeep business. This was originally at SEMA. He is built up. It was in the Rhino Rack booth, but the rack, that system that they have is not what we're looking for overlanding, so we had to go no further than the engineer, the mastermind himself.
Thank you.
Are you getting excited for this?
I'm pumped.
So what do we got planned?
Well, today we've designed a tonneau covered version of our Overland Ruff Rax, first of its kind to work with the new T-slot roll and lock tonneau cover. It's pretty exciting. Never did it. Took a little chance, and I think it's going to work out great today. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
This video may need heavy editing.
I think we're going to be good. I did a fitment test.
Yeah. So if you guys remember on some of our previous builds like Atlas, I do not like overland racks unless you could cover the truck bed. I feel like the functionality of being able to cover everything back there keeps it clean, and it just like way less mess.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a fridge or anything, you've got to have that covered.
Yeah, there's safety and comfort in that. I partnered with Roll and Lock about probably 8 or 9 months ago, and that was my premise. You leave somewhere, security, you have anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, $6,000 worth of gear in the back of there. You want to keep it protected, you want to keep it clean, and in peace of mind. You go out fishing or trailing or anything and you go into a group, you can leave your rig and feel safe it's going to come back and you'll be safe to have all your gear, yeah.
Lock it up.
Looks clean too.
Let's take a look at this stuff because it is heavy duty. God, this looks more like a gym setup than, these actually aren't that bad. So these are the support brackets. We got everything set up here like a cooking show.
Yeah.
I friggin' love it. How long do you think this is gonna take?
Probably a couple hours, a lot of prep work. If the consumer gets this, it could probably take them, not knowing anything, by themselves, 2 wrenches, probably about 4 hours. A shop, a dealer that we have installs them in about an hour, hour and a half.
I love that it's all modular.
Absolutely.
So, depending on what make and model you have, how big of a truck bed you have from your perspective, it's probably pretty easy to put the configurations, have the right measurements, and then
absolutely
go.
Yeah, so we picked a common size for a 1500 series.
Yeah.
And what that allows me to do, if it's on a Tundra this week and I want to actually put it on a Silverado, I remove the top, add a new base in. So the key here is the base is always different. So you drop in a new base, again, that common size on a 5.8 bed, and we're doing the same thing on the 2500 series. It keeps the SKU count down, keeps us consistent, it keeps dealers really on board with installing something the same every single time.
Yep.
You drop in a new base, put in the components, lock it down, and you're on your way.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love the look of it. We have these grab handles here. That's gonna be great. We got a shovel, we got all sorts of accessories. I'm excited to see how it looks on it, so I think we should just
Let's
get
get
after
to it. Yeah,
all right.
We're excited. Thanks, brother. Thanks.
Build montage. Build montage, ready, go. The difference between a good rack and a great rack is really the quality of the craftsmanship, the heftiness of the steel, and how well it comes all together. I love modular designs, so then you can mix and match and create exactly what you want. For example, the number of Molle panels that we're gonna have on this should make any overlander or enthusiast super happy because you can mount anything that you want on here. Literally, it's crazy. These Molle panels have really 2 main components or benefits. Having all the different cutouts is gonna reduce a lot of weight, but you still have that structure that's gonna bend and flex and go no matter where you're taking this thing. We're gonna put a rooftop tent on it, an awning, and who knows where else we take with it. But I will say the last thing that you're ever gonna think about is your rack bending or breaking, because this is high quality American steel. Love it. All right, so these are called the antlers.
Yeah.
And what was your thought behind the design of coming out a little bit more versus other racks that just go straight up or even back in?
Yeah, so we wanted to follow the angle for one, but I started out with the back flip. So the back flip comes up pretty high.
Yeah.
And like you want a tonneau cover, you want safety, you want your equipment in there, you got a lot of money invested in there. So I had to create something that worked with the back flip. So the only way to do that, you come out, and I actually went up at one point, straight. And what I thought was grandiose was just, it was like a turtle in the back of the truck,
yeah.
So, but we were onto something. So what I realized by having that We opened up the bed.
Yeah.
We're able to now have lights that shine down because you walk to a campsite, it's typically no lights or anything. Switch Pro, flip on your lights, you got ground lights. And the other thing is if you're trailing and you're in a tight spot, you can't see anything to the right or left. It either could be a cliff or something like that. So it actually has some purpose. Lights the trail, lights camping, also marker lights. So if you have a Switch Pro or an S-Pod.
I've been a big fan of rock lights, and they look cool, but they're really only for the spotter.
Right.
This is going to allow you to actually see the trail as a driver in your mirrors.
Absolutely.
And probably even has a little bit of light shining forward for you. Well, I love this too, because it's not coming out that much. You could still have great visibility from the side view mirrors, and the amount of room that you have now in your actual truck bed without having to take it off is pretty great. Like if you need to move some furniture or do something, it's still going to be going up here. You have all the room on the sides. Some of the other racks that come in, given they're not as low profile,
stuck.
you're adding another 10 cubic feet of space to be able to do stuff.
And the thing too is that what we decided to do is we had to find the happy medium. You got people that will have a lot of Tacomas. I stuck with the full size trucks, 2500s, 1500s, but the happy height was just above your mirror height. So that serves two purposes. A, you got your bed still, you can actually functionally still use it. You can see out the mirror. So with our tent setup, you can still see through the mirror. Just because we're just below the bed of the top of the cab, now we have, because we're modular, we can now take a larger tent and get over the cab. These come in 2, 4, and 6 inches depending on how high that is. But that comfortable ride height is again mirror height just above. So I accomplished a couple of things, kept it low profile, usability, and then still from an aerodynamic standpoint, we have non-holes on the back and non-holes in the front typically, so you don't get any whistling or any noise or anything. The wind kind of shoots around it. And again, being it's modular, you can kind of add as you go and build your dream rig.
Well, we could flash to a couple shots of his Silverado out in Big Bear, where you have 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag, but it
maybe
all
15.
But it all fits really well because you have it tucked in all these different areas and spaced out accordingly. So this is going to allow us to have an awning, lights on the side, rooftop tent, ton of extra space, Molle panels on every single interior area. So any military guys or anyone who loves Molle panels is going to be licking their chops.
And part of the reason too, by having that concealment would be the key. So being that you get strength from angles is what you get for. We had a 1/4-inch bracket, steel bracket that bent, and this held its own. And again, it's based upon angles and the size of this. What I liked about this is now concealment is really the game for me. Conceal my wiring here. I have my 5-pound bag of stuff, right? I hide all the hoses for all that mechanism within here, and I even conceal my water tanks. What I look for is an empty space where you can bolt something on. So by having all these holes for micro adjustments here, multiple Molle panels, I've had to drill 0 holes so far on this rig now that I have this configuration. So industry components, roto packs, shovels, grab handles, lights, fit in place, you can turn them. So I took probably about 9 or 10 different Molle panels that I decided on amongst the 40 I looked at. I drilled down and said, what's the pattern that makes it whole for me? It's a combination, probably about 4 different patterns to make what I've come up with. And again, no holes and concealment.
Well, that, and these are already they're not that heavy. They don't add that much weight individually. Plus, when you cut out all of the different sections, there's just an infinite number of possibilities, and you're saving a lot of weight.
And the thing here is, it's funny where you have your handles, your hands here. These are wrench pockets. So in an effort to take weight out, as well as take this on and off without having to take the rack apart, I can put a 9/16 wrench in here.
That's super
and I can crank it here and pull it off, and I could use it for something else, reapply it to somewhere else, because these also work with
This is really thoughtfully designed. I'm excited to see how it goes. Let's build it. Let's get it. I can't wait to take this thing on the trail. It is literally the most heavy-duty rack that we've ever dealt with, and I think it's gonna stand the test of time. And if you wanna get your own Overland Ruff Rax, go to overlandruffrax.com. That's RAX.com. All right, what is one thing that you need anytime that you go camping? And it's shade, and there is no lack of shade with this rig. Overland Vehicle Systems has an unreal 270-degree awning that is crazy heavy duty with those aluminum braces. Goes all the way around in the back, And what's cool with our Deutsch off-road rear bumper, if I could get it going, this swings open, this comes down, and then you simply open it up. Let's go. Where are you gonna take this thing overlanding? I am fired up about this rig. Shout out to Overland Ruff Rax for doing a phenomenal job on this rack. Overland Vehicle Systems, Deutsch Off-Road, Falcon Shocks, Terraflex. There's so many partners on this build. It was originally at SEMA, and now it could be in your garage. Go enter to win at forge4x4.com.